Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and this time for the third match of KryukoV versus Karatel, this time on Helix. This is the first time we are playing this map. This is also the workshop modified version, which adds a third spawn, in this case for me, so that I can be easily conquered by the other players. And it worked so far. And then we have on the other side KryukoV, who won the previous match ever so slightly, but congratulations to him for having won it. And yeah, we are on Helix. It's the workshop modified version, so if you want to play it, you can always download it in the workshop. And also, since it's the tiebreaker, the non-aggression phase is not 5 minutes but 10 minutes, and this is then subtracted from the regular match time. So the match time in regulation is always 45 minutes, but this time with only 35 minutes of well, time in which you can smash your opponent's helmet. So also very important note, let's take a look around the map. So first of all, we have Karatel on the southern side, and we can see that first of all he has two crystals almost inside or behind his base, and then there is this ever so neat passage on the other side which might be used to to simply build a bridge. And then you have this slight I don't know, hill over here where you could like build a tunnel or a bridge to get on top, and then you would still need to build not a bridge to get on top, a tunnel or a staircase, that's what I meant, sorry. And then you could still build a bridge on the left side here to cross it, and then come over here to get the central crystal of the map, which is the one overlooking all of it. You don't get any advantage inside or whatsoever, so it's really just for owning it, for the aesthetics. And plus it has one really big drawback, and that is that from the other side your opponent can do exactly the same. Sure, he would still technically need to build like the first bridge or like the second bridge and then the staircase over here to just get there. But if he does that, well, then you basically would lose this crystal for sure. And then there's also the problem of this passage over here, which can just be used to cross to the other side through the middle of the mountain. And I think that's one of the reasons I like this map so much, because you really have to build a few things just to get somewhere. And even then there's still like this place to build a bridge which can be really backstabbing. Because if, for example, Karatel or even his opponent KryukoV from this side only focuses his defenses around here, like the upper part of the map, let's say, he could still be getting backstabbed, and the same goes for his opponent. So I think either one of the players will be trying to build a bridge and rush his opponent down here at one point, or just like cut his opponent, like destroy this crystal maybe, or something like this. Or it might be used just to backstab him overall, like just you didn't expect it and boom, someone's in your base. And this might be very tricky. Also, we note that KryukoV has basically 3 roads out of his spawn. So there's this one over here, which leads to the middle crystal where I spawned. Then there's the second road, which basically divides itself in two because you can go over the hill or down through the valley. And then there's a third one following the map edge. And this is very important because there's one and there are 2 crystals. Basically, well, very easy to defend, and mostly you can just come here and maybe dig the ground, build a brick or whatsoever, even around here, and those would be very hard to get, especially since you could just build a pylon over here and then maybe build a few sentinels over there, and then you would not have to worry about those 2 crystals, as long as, well, they still have to go through your base so close. And we can see that KryukoV is doing exactly this, making sure that this crystal, he seems to think that this one on the left side is more defendable and more easily controllable than the one on the right side. So very interesting evolution here. And then there are the 2 main crystals in the centrum, which basically are the same as this one over here. So I don't think anyone is going to grab them, and if they grab them, not for very long. Simply because, well, they're the time you get there, your opponent will be there sooner if you notice that he's attacking you. So what would be the point? KryukoV actually even put down a sentinel, the conquering ward on the other one, in the other side, so he's getting himself a neat head start. As long as the non-aggression phase is going on, he can, well, just do this. And you can see that he only has 4 lances for now, and there are still 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the non-aggression clock. On the other side, we see that Karatel, first of all, has built... he seems to be going for 6 archer kits. Yeah, indeed, 6 archer kits, and only now building his first conquering ward. And he also has 2 wards on his side, same as KryukoV, but whereas KryukoV has like 3, almost 4 different routes to get from the middle of the map to his spawn, his opponent, Karatel, has only 2 routes. One going up through Hide the Mountain, and as said before, he can just break this down or dig it and make it basically impossible for his opponent to use this passage, which might be a neat strategy, to be honest. Or you can go through here, basically the middle of the map, but those 2 crystals don't seem nearly as defendable as on the other side. So very interesting to see if Karatel will try to play as before more aggressively, or if we will just see some good old castle story in the middle. So at least we can be sure right now that Karatel is building 4 conquering wards, so he's getting ready to spam those things out. I think he's going to build like the structures around here and not on the other sides. I'm just 3 minutes to go. And yeah, he might just be trying maybe to even build himself a bridge over here, and then just, I don't know, a staircase, maybe a tunnel up. Seems possible, because actually there are quite a few resources up here, so this might always be nice to have, especially since there are many resources around him, around his spawn, so he should not have any issues in this regard. But you never know, especially since this is a tiebreaker, so the players right now, they are not here because they just got lucky and won one match. They got here because they proved themselves to be able to fight on a high level, and yeah, so it might be very much useful to have those resources on his side when it comes to it, and maybe even make sure that his opponent cannot build anything to cross over here. This being said, right now KryukoV has 2 crystals, 2 conquering, with his conquering wards, and 3 sentinels, with 2 being deployed as we speak, and also 8 halberdier kits. So this is most common of what we usually see. 8 halberdier kits being ready, being printed out, and yeah, also he's going to put one up here with the conquering ward to make sure to defend it. The problem is he still have to put the stones on the side, otherwise you can just attack the stone from the side and destroy it. And then he's also going to build his conquering ward around here. And well, his tower I meant. And this one is on the ground. So yeah, and now Karatel also starting to print out his towers and the conquering wards. So we can see that he's trying to get also 2 now, and maybe even, he might even be going for a 3rd one. And there's only 1 minute to go, and KryukoV seems to be sending already 1 guy over here. I'm very curious to see where he goes, because technically in the non-aggression phase you're supposed to stay on your side, so I'm curious to see what he's trying to do. Let's just follow him discreetly. I was just making sure, because I saw him already breaking curfew, so to say. But I think that as soon as I'm gonna write that the Non-Aggro Phase is over, he's just going to immediately rush I think he's going to immediately rush to the other side and trying to destroy it. Yes, we see it, but I think that Karatel saw him coming, because immediately as I wrote this, at the same time 4 archers are being put in place and they just all start shooting immediately at the same time, and since it's going uphill, he will probably lose him. The problem is, yeah, he's going to lose the Conquering Ward, although, wow, this was incredibly close, but I must say, congratulations to the archers, because those 4 shots really killed him in the nick of time, and especially before he could destroy the Conquering Ward. So this is a huge gain for Karatel, especially that now he can just focus on counter-attacking, because he has a net one brick ton advantage. Also note, we see that KryukoV and Karatel both conquered the crystal opposing each other, so I think we're very much going to see a bridge over here at one point in the middle. And I'm very curious to see who is going to be the first one, or even to have the idea to put it down. And yeah, because I think, technically, you can just, if you want to block your opponent, put down the bridge, put down 1 or 2 ropes, and maybe do it again on the side, and then your opponent would have to destroy the bridge to build his own, which, I mean, is rather quickly done, but who knows. Okay, but right now, Karatel at a slight disadvantage regarding the crystals, because KryukoV has 1 more, and his archers are still on the forefront. He has 3 archers in the field, and I think at this point it would be best for him to just try to go scouting a bit, to see if maybe there's, like, you know, 1 unsuspecting worker he could attack, or even like for this crystal, for example, if he would have his 3 archers over here, maybe also just 2, but 3 seems to be like the necessity, he could just like aim for the bricktrons who are trying to get who are trying to get here to put down bricks or anything, and since they are slower, since they carry stuff, he might not even notice it, and it's automated. So I think it might be a very viable strategy, but if we've learned anything from Karatel, actually his 4th archer is here, so those are backup, this is the real scout. So very neatly placed. I think we know that he plays more defensively compared to KryukoV, who might more often than not send 1 worker out and just try to break a stone or something like this. And actually we just saw him, he lost 1 worker, but it wasn't the end of the world for him. He knew that, yeah, he might die, and he was, even if he broke the stone, he would have died afterwards. And actually I'm surprised that Karatel is not ordering anyone to just repair the stone, because right now, if another worker comes at one point, he might just one-hit it and then just leave, so you never know. And now Karatel ordered his archers back. He already built, okay, so he's building a defensive structure around, boy. Okay, so this door is illegal. Okay, so basically the door is illegal because there's supposed to be a so basically free space as wide as the door. So if there's like 2 spots in front of it, there must be 2 spots free behind of it, and there is not, because there's like this block. So he can basically just advance the door by 1 block, but he must destroy it, basically. Well, technically, if he wants to, he could also destroy the tower, but I doubt he would be doing this. So right now his archer is harassing what I was talking about, the workers. Okay, so now his archer is attacking the workers who are putting down the stone blocks near to the side, which I think is a very neat position. Because yeah, he could just put down like the conquering ward there and then have like a neat advantage over his opponent. Because as he's getting more closer to the middle, he will have to basically make sure that they are not so easily destroyable, because if they're on this tower, if, yeah, it's like this, there is no risk, or basically only a small risk of it getting destroyed, at least as long as reinforcements come there. But if you only put them, for example, on a structure like this, there we go, where there's still an open spot from the side or from behind, it might very easily by one worker get destroyed by 3 hits, 4 hits. So there's the issue. Oh, there we go. Thank you for the door. And now let's check in with KryukoV. What is he doing? So he has a ton of halberdiers. I count 6 so far and 1 worker. 1 worker coming back on the side. So I think he will try to get this, get this archer off of him, off the position. The thing is, this archer right now is alone. In his base there is no troop accumulation. Okay, he built stairs upwards here to get those resources because both players have been hitting the limit on the brimstone and iron deposits. The thing is, he saw it now, okay. So KryukoV playing very aggressively as we saw him before. And, okay, so now he has 1 halberdier kit, 7 archer kits in total, so 8 in total with the 1 equipped, and then only 1 knight kit. So as long as he only has 2 melee kits, that's the problem I'm seeing here. Because all of the archers are great, but if he gets to melee, and I think that's the point of having the worker with him, he didn't want to go to his base. He only wanted to go for the crystal, and we can see that he already ordered him to destroy it. The thing is, those archers are not gonna last long in melee, and the knight is gonna take a time to come here. And actually, this 1 halberdier is having a great deal of problem because he's having to fight against 6 halberdiers, and now the knight will have to make the difference. The archers still can't take up the beating because one of them already died. They can still shoot up the rest. The thing is, now the knight is at a disadvantage because 1 knight against 3, 4 halberdiers, this doesn't end well, especially since he's slower, so the archers will need to come up to support the knight who is running back, and now actually the archers might still get 1 shot or 2, but the thing is, which we learned, is that this worker was able to do his job without any sort of problem. He still has the stone on the back from destroying the first, yeah, there he dropped it, and now he will be able to just destroy the second one. And actually now Karatel lost 2 of his conquering wards, so this is very tragic for him, because the resources he lost, and actually KryukoV just said, you know what, I'm not even going to come back through the way I came, I'm just going to jump off the cliff and survive it. Come on, we know you want to jump. Well, he didn't seem to get the memo, because now Karatel is having to make the halberdiers run back. So this is a classic halberdiers versus archers, and actually I think he lost his knight. Yep, this was his knight over here. So now the halberdier will get spammed, will get focused, so he has to run back. The thing is now that the archers, as long as they don't focus their fire, they are not really a threat, so they will need to focus 1 enemy specifically, and actually they should have maybe pursued them to try to make the kill on this one, simply to compensate the kill of the knight. Actually no, there is a knight here, so I think, wait, those were 6 in the beginning, so this was an halberdier which he lost. My bad, I didn't know where the knight went, because he was apparently still on the other side. And actually, while we were speaking, you remember the one who destroyed this crystal and this conquering ward over here? He tried to destroy the sentinels in the base, he didn't manage to do it, and so now he's making, I think, yeah, another knight kit, so now he has only 2 knight kits in total, and now KryukoV is going back to his base with 5 halberdiers. He has lost 2 guys in total, I think, because one of them was the worker and the other one was the halberdier, or the other way around. And so now I was speaking about resource shortness. Exactly. Why? First of all, there's still a lot of brimstone here, and there was brimstone in the space, but it's all gone now. So there's brimstone over here, there's iron over there, and then there's brimstone there, and do we see some iron over here? Just over there. So this is the problem right now for Karatel. He's getting short on iron and brimstone, so he might be, that's why actually he built the stairs up here to get those resources, because they are just above his base, and they give him, okay, this is an interesting door placement, but I don't mind. They give him access to all those resources basically in his base, plus the access is through his base, so good advantage for him. Now he's going to put down 2 more Conquering Wards to compensate from the loss of the previous ones. And actually, now Karatel is sending 3 workers, doing exactly what his opponent did, over there. So he destroyed already. Actually, there was none even put down. So now he's just trying to go there, destroy it. And actually, he's going to make this very easily. And boom, 1 Conquering Ward down, does exactly what his opponent did earlier in the previous match. And now, for example, the other one is getting destroyed. And the problem is he just put down the Conquering Ward, so he'll have to take it back. But he can't, so he'll try to save it with his life. But this didn't work either, and this is absolutely heartbreak for KryukoV because he lost 1 Sentinel and 1 Conquering Ward almost immediately. And now there are 3 workers being pursued by the 3 Halberdiers, basically the town's guard. The thing is, the Halberdier run faster. The problem is, first of all, yeah, the workers will just drop and run away, and second of all, the Halberdier cannot take or make enough damage for it to be a real danger, because he can just keep running away. Okay, now he lost 1 worker. He will try to destroy it with the other one, doing exactly what KryukoV tried in his base. Will he maybe do it? No, he did not. He loses 3 workers in the process, but managed to destroy at least 2 crystals for his opponent. Yeah, 2 crystals for his opponent. So overall, it isn't as big a win as it would have been. And especially now, KryukoV said, okay, you're using my strategies against me, so now I'm going to use my strategies against you again. If this sentence does make sense. So yeah, now he has 4 archers and 1 knight, and they will try again to kill this 1 worker, because he will try to destroy the Conquering Wards, which he put down there. He put them even on the ground, so his opponent might even pick them up. So this is almost tragic. Yeah, just writing Karatel about his illegal door placement, which sounds kind of weird, but it's in the rules. Okay, and now Karatel is having a big problem, because he's getting rushed by his opponent's Halberdiers. 6 Halberdiers and 1 worker, and I think the worker will just do exactly what the worker did before. And now 1 Halberdier following the rest in his base, just to make sure to see what's happening. And now, yeah, his other crystals are again open for attack, so KryukoV seems to be making easy headway on his opponent right now. And now the archers are getting targeted. They are not great in melee, so this one archer is down, 4 to go. The thing is, if he only sends 1 of them back there to destroy the low life archer, he won't be able to do much. And now the sentinels will be getting there too, so now he falls back, but they come again. Okay, so it's a big old 4th and back, classic. And actually now the sentinel, the Conquering Ward, has been put outside of the crystals, so it's going to slowly drop. And the worker might just simply destroy the other Conquering Ward and leave with the first one, but we don't know yet. Okay, so now the Halberdiers are committing fully to an attack to his base. They are just going for all of the workers, all of the archers. And now Karatel pulling out the Knight's kit, which is really his only last hope, because a Knight can tank really much damage. But the thing is, now he has 5 Halberdiers left. 6 even, 6 Halberdiers and the 1 worker with the Conquering Ward, which he just put out of there, neat and nicely. And now he's destroying the other one, making sure that his opponent cannot keep it. And now will he jump with it? Epic. And now KryukoV having 6 Halberdiers in front of his opponent's base. His opponent right now does only have 2 archers, 2 Halberdiers and 1 knight. And the 2 sentinels, of course. So technically he might win the fight. The problem is, if his opponent, if Karatel can strike specifically 1, for example this one, he might have an advantage. The problem is, if he doesn't do it and KryukoV does, well, then it's going to be a problem. And I think what KryukoV is trying right now is to drop the conquering ward, because then it would be conquering it for him, because he picked it up, took it over, and yeah. But right now Karatel is in a bit of a pickle, if I might say, because even though he has a lot of kits, he has 2 halberdier kits and 2 knight kits and 6 archer kits, he only has 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 people. So many are dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people are dead, and he has only 5 workers left, 2 of which are now halberdiers running out. So I think he will try to intercept, yeah, this worker. Makes sense though. Yeah, and this worker is basically done at this point. The other halberdiers will be coming back, but there's really not much they can do unless they get there in time, but which they just might do. But now, if KryukoV can manage to sneak yeah, he's just overrunning him right now. The thing is, he has better kits. He has like the knight kits. The thing is, if he can't equip them, they're useless. So right now, KryukoV is just keeping him in his base. And yeah, 3 archers, 2 halberdiers now. Okay, so he didn't even go for a knight's kit. So this might actually even be a fight he might win, because even if there are only 5 people, what you can do if you have halberdiers and you're fighting against archers, just tell each halberdier to attack 1 different archer, so the archers cannot shoot, and in melee they are so worse, so incredibly worse than the halberdiers, that they will just all lose their own fight. And as long as one archer has no support from another archer shooting in his direction or for him, oh, this. So I'm only hoping he will put somewhere else this healing ward. Well, at least he's reacting with my messages. And yeah, I'm using this time now. Because I understand that while you're getting rushed, you don't want the referee to tell you that you have an illegal door and that you must destroy it. That's why the width. So, thanks both of the player for fixing that. Well, the other door was actually fine. But as we were speaking, KryukoV decided to go on another offensive. And Karatel now only having 4 people left. KryukoV sending 3 halberdiers over there. What is he actually doing? Is he trying to aim for his 1 worker? Or is he just... He doesn't even bother to attack. Okay, now he does, What did happen here? It seems like some TNT exploded, that's why everything is hit. And I remember that there was like the alchemist stuff And so I think KryukoV might have sent one guy destroying the alchemist barrel, well, just the powder barrel, which resulted in this explosion in his map. Too bad we didn't see it actually. That should be replaced. But yeah, now 3 halberdiers going down on the single one and the 3 archers giving support fire. Okay, so now he's pulling his forces back as the sentinels and the 3 archers are way too much to handle. Okay, so now the 3 halberdiers are going back, but Karatel is having 4 guys, yeah, 4 guys alive in his base, a 5th one over there, but KryukoV doesn't seem to know that there's one, although he's strangely going in this direction. So he might be trying to kill the one inside. I think actually he's trapped. Might he be trapped because the crystal counts as a square, or even as a bigger square, and so as he put down those, he cannot be attacked. I think that's the issue, yeah? Okay, so now Karatel is trying to, well, run. It seems to be this way. Because, yeah, if he doesn't, he's just going to be killed by his opponent. Okay, so now 3 halberdiers are over there. And now in KryukoV's base, we have, first of all, some very neat defensive structures. Okay, so healing wards do count too as obstacles, so they are not to be put in front or behind of the doors. That's why I reminded him of that. But yeah, right now he has a clear advantage because he has 3 guys, 4, 5, 6 workers over here, and 3 halberdiers over there, so 9 people in total. Meanwhile, Karatel is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people only. And of those 5 people, he's having, well, surely he has enough kits for everyone, because archer kits, halberdier kits, and knight kits are there plenty of. But yeah, I'm just gonna, okay. Fixed it, thanks. His query is coming along nicely too. And now, right now, KryukoV has a clear advantage, especially since now the halberdiers are again in Karatel's base, and if the archers are getting caught up in the melee, they are clearly going to lose. So that's why the knight is trying to rush everyone out. And KryukoV is really unrelenting in this regard, trying to, well, really force his opponent to over-focus in the base. And yeah, so far it's working, because he has now 4 crystals which he controls against none of his opponent, and there's even a 5th one coming because he has, as said, 6 people working the base while 3 are harassing the enemy. And actually, there was once again a sneak attack of one of the workers, and this seems to really to be KryukoV's signature move, distracting you with anything somewhere, somehow. Meanwhile, sending one worker through the back door, through the side, while you are not watching, and boom, suddenly an explosive barrel goes up in your base. So, there we go. Now KryukoV besieging his opponent from both sides. So this is the usual trick. They are collecting herb or like just grass on the back. So once they start attacking anything, they don't pick up the resources. And now all of the archers, 3 archers, 1 halberdier, and he is going for the knight kits, and this is really a nasty trick. Meanwhile, the workers from the other side, 1 is down already, 2nd one almost down. Now he's attacking. 2nd one is down. Will the 3rd one be enough? Oh, so close, but he was not. Karatel manages to keep his sentinels alive by the skin of their teeth. And now, Karatel in hot pursuit, 3 archers, 2 halberdiers against only 2 halberdiers for running back. The problem is, as said, his opponent lost 3 halberdiers here. So this is 4 people in total, because there was 1 halberdier too. This is now a clear chance for Karatel to push back his luck and win again, or maybe to get closer to victory, because he only has 10 minutes. regulation left. So we remind you that by the end of the 10 minutes regulation who are left, those are 45 minutes in total, the player with the most crystals will win. And as it seems right now, this is going to be none other than KryukoV, because Karatel has only one crystal and it's his home crystal and it doesn't even count. And he only has one conquering ward right now. So yeah, very critical situation in which he is. Even though he was so close to getting, well, to winning the first, well, he won the first match and he was so close to winning the second match. But yeah, due to, I would say it was a timing error or maybe even a micromanagement error. But basically, this is the reason why KryukoV was able to stay in the match against him. And now we can see that KryukoV is having a clear advantage on the third map. This is definitely proof that you should never think that this is going to be an easy match, easy win, because your opponent might really start showing up on the third map or on the second half, and suddenly, boom, you're losing. So now, Karatel rushing out with his walkers. I think he's going to do the same strategy he did before, but the problem is now there are 4 halberdiers immediately intercepting him, stopping him from clearly going anywhere out of his base, and there's even a walker from KryukoV already on his way back, so we know exactly where he is going. And Karatel lost, we remind you of, he lost previously his 2 Knight Kits, so this is a critical loss for him. And yeah, the worker seems to just go through the base, like taking a stroll, checking out what he got, like being like, okay, you have, okay, 1 sentinel here, 1 conquering ward there, I'm just going to stay here, just chill, ignore me. And meanwhile, yeah, KryukoV is just making sure that, well, he would be putting down the brick over here, but he seems to be a bit sleepy. But yeah, overall, just make sure everything seems legal over here, door-wise, everything. But yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna check the Discord to make sure that this is not a player who timed out. Okay, it was not. Great. Alright, and now we have 5 halberdiers here. KryukoV making sure that his opponent cannot cross into the middle section. Actually, I think, yeah, over roughly this area is the most important right now for KryukoV, because he can then see if his opponent is coming through. Karatel doesn't seem... Okay, he's still in pursuit of this one worker, so this was a crazy hot pursuit because they went all over the map. Too bad that I don't see the guys on the minimap. I don't know why, it seems to be a bug, to be honest, but well, you never know. And then there are 6 archer kit here, and actually no other halberdier kits ready because he always need another helmet. So actually the only halberdier kits he's having right now are those 3, and then the 3 people he has are those down here. So very interesting. I don't think that those 4 halberdiers can win, especially with the presence of those sentinels. As said before, KryukoV might just need to build an alchemist and just throw one little bomb over here, and you will see that everything is magically going to disappear. But yeah, again, KryukoV making sure to harass his opponent. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. And so yeah, even so, no bridge here whatsoever, so no one trying to use this to shortcut his enemy's position. And yeah, KryukoV seems to be cruising to a victory, getting him to the semifinals, although one of his halberdiers is getting very, very, very spiced up. Even the sentinels try to shoot, but the tree is blocking it. And actually now KryukoV seems to be... he tries to force his opponent to fight over here, because the sentinel wouldn't be able to help him. And yeah, if it's a fight without sentinel, 6 against 6, but 6 halberdiers, they might just be doing the trick, especially against the archers in melee, but it doesn't seem like they're getting there, especially if they keep running back as soon to the sentinel as soon as they're getting to melee, but now they don't. Actually, 2 of them are starting to run back, but if you can focus on them, 1 halberdier died. Now the question remains, the second one does die too. Now 3 archers left, 2 halberdiers, 1 loss on each side, but this sentinel is going to be down quickly. It's down now, And now the worker tried again from the other side to sneak in while we were all focused on the other side. The archers pulling out of the fight, but now all the halberdiers are dead. So now the archers will have to melee against 6 halberdiers. Oh, this looks bad. All the archers are down. And now another... He respawned everyone in the nick of time, and they have only but 2 kits left. So they will have to try to grab it. The problem is, with 2 archer kits, there's not much you can do. And then one worker, even though it was an halberdier, managed to get inside of his base and destroy the sentinel tower. And now the halberdiers will just be able to rush down everything and everyone who is there. And now we can see it, the halberdier is already on the crystal, and the other ones are pursuing his last worker of Karatel. So if he loses this worker, or if he loses his crystal, it's going to be GG, but I think it's a GG already. And let me just check the map if there's no other worker of Karatel. I didn't see anyone, so this is definitely his last one. But yeah, if the crystal gets now destroyed, it's going to be GG anyways, and there we are. It's a GG everyone. KryukoV won the third map, the tiebreaker, with a 2-1 victory in total, and he therefore qualifies to the semifinals. This is a GG, it was a wonderful match.